The only suspect that has been arrested so far in the Benghazi terror attack pleads not guilty. Over the weekend, Ahmed Abu Khatallah made his first appearance in a federal court hours after he arrived on American soil. Right now, he's charged with one count of supporting a terrorist group, but more charges could be evolving here. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge live in Washington for us. So, Catherine, you were inside the courtroom. Tell us about what happened in there.
Well, Martha, I was sitting less than 25 feet from the Benghazi suspect, and while he appeared dazed as he first entered the court, as the judge spoke, he became laser-like in his focus, almost hanging on the judge's every word. And as the brief 15-minute court appearance progressed, Khatallah's demeanor seemed to shift from dazed to focused and down, almost depressed, as the gravity of his situation sunk in. We're also learning more about Khatallah's interrogation on board the USS New York, a U.S. official describing the Benghazi suspect as compliant but not entirely forthcoming. On the Sunday talk shows, the quality of the intelligence gathered was debated.
You can imagine that he was not obstinate, he was not pushing back, but he was likely not providing information. He could give even some details of some things, but not to the point where an FBI agent would say, hey, bingo, here we go. We've got something that would turn into actionable intelligence.
And once read his Miranda rights, a U.S. official says Khattallah elected to make the court appearance here in D.C. with his newly assigned public defender. Martha.
So what are we learning, Catherine, about the case against him itself at this point?
Well, the Republican head of the House Homeland Security Committee weighing in on this issue and the apparent delay between identifying suspects and capturing Khattallah, saying there are a dozen suspects still free with charges against them. And Khattallah, who is described to Fox News as the muscle on the ground during the attack, wasn't apprehended quickly because the Justice Department was so focused on building a criminal case against him. A leading national security attorney says this case is also unprecedented in terms of evidence and witnesses.
The only thing I think is unusual about this case is that the crime scene is over in another country that's still not a place where the FBI can easily collect evidence.
In the coming weeks, Khattallah has a series of procedural hearings here in Washington, with a U.S. official promising more charges in this case over the weekend. A single count of material support was unsealed by the court. There are really scant details about Khatallah's alleged role, but it does indicate that the government believes it has evidence he was involved not only in the consulate attack, but also the assault on the CIA annex. Martha.
We'll see what's more to come. Catherine, thank you.
You're welcome.